Nation, our story. Raider Nation, our story. That's right. And I'm with Spicy Girl and that Mother Moon. La Familia. Mighty Thor and a Quiet Q. Super Hood. Omar. On the grill. And the B-Lot. Three amigos. Four brothers. Mr. Nicely Seasoned. What's the mariachis without Senior Raider? Representing just like the beginning Oakland Raider. Darlene and the Raider home. What about Little Chucky Gruden, my boss. Black Eyes. We're tailgaters. And it began on an autumn day. Right here in the OAK. California dreaming in that golden state. Alameda County right here in the Bay. And you could find me on that east side, yo. Representing that east side, oh. But no matter what, we represent the shield. Just like Anna in the band club Emeryville. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. Right. Yo, this is my story and I represent it with the pride and the poise commitment to that excellence. I represent with noise. This is how I do it, the silver and the black. And I come into the track and I represent it, matter of fact. And I'm cruising around with Hollywood Raider all around the town. And I just found out Raider Savage on the interstate. Raider de la Baja, yeah, orale. So get over here, cause we representing now. And that I don't win is a favorite. They gotta win is a breeze. They gotta win is a race. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. That's right, Mr. Matter of Fact is here.
What is up, Raider Nation? Good evening. Of course, you already know that's our story by Mr. Matter of Fact. Welcome to For Life, Our Raider Story. This is our take. I'm your host, Spicy Raider Girl, and I'm here with Mother Moon behind the scenes.
Hi,
What's
everyone.
up, Mother Moon?
Hey, it's a good day. How are you tonight?
I am fantastic. Looking forward to tonight. Tonight is opening night in the NBA, and as Raiders fans, we are mostly, I would say, either Warriors fans or Lakers fans because, you know, the Raiders kind of share the Bay Area back and forth between the Bay and LA. So a lot of the fan base has opening night. They're probably watching the Warriors right now.
I'm going to switch right over to the Lakers.
Switch right over to the Lakers. Yeah, so we are going to get into some basketball talk, some basketball hot headlines, some NBA predictions, and some Nevada Knicks picks. Who is going to be on? Of course. I will say it's interesting. It's an interesting time, right? The NBA season ended in October and it's starting tonight. So that's and usually the season starts in October, you know, so hopefully they'll get back on track. 2-month off season isn't very long for some of the teams, but actually most of the teams I think had about a 7-month off season if you count when kind of COVID went out. But let's get into the show here. What is up? I'm gonna bring in Nevada Nick. Hey, Nevada Nick, how are you tonight?
What's up, Angela? I'll tell you, your intro music really beats Coach's. His is like elevator music.
Oh, we try. You know, we got to keep it real. We got to keep it like Oakland around here, you know?
I was ready, bumping my head, ready to get up and dance.
For sure. So what do you think, Nevada Nick? It's basketball season already. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, especially with what you just said, with the season just ending, it's really weird. And, you know, like you said, usually in October is when the season starts, mid-October. And, you know, here we got the Christmas games coming up. Now it's the start of the season, and it's only been 2 months, and it makes you curious as to what's going to happen with the season. And then, obviously they're going to the LeBron haters who say, can LeBron do it, with only 2 months off? Because he's
Right.
like 36 now, 37. He's getting up there in age.
At least, yeah. I think he
Yeah.
might even be a tad bit older, but yeah, definitely he's getting up there. But age is kind of irrelevant these days. You see players, and approaching that age or even older, just still dominating. I mean, I like to use Serena Williams as a great example.
Yeah, well, these athletes now, too, the way they treat their body, like, I know you hate them, but still, like Tom Brady and LeBron, and no, they really, their
No, you're
body's
right.
their business. Russell Wilson, I heard today, he spends like about $1.5 million a year just to take care of his body and put the right things into his body. So a lot of athletes have a whole different outlook than they did before.
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, it is an investment, right? It's an investment in their business, like you said, and so putting that money back into your body is great. And with I think with the sports technology, the way that's advanced over the years, and I think they just taking the proper time off in a lot of cases as well.
Yeah. Well, when you think of LeBron too, and all the playoff games he's played, but I think it was like 8 straight finals or something like that. I mean, he's played like extra seasons because of the amount
Yes,
of playoff
yes.
games he's played.
Yeah, I forget the exact number, but if you combine them all together, it was like X amount of seasons extra that add on to his life, if you will, which is pretty
Yeah.
incredible.
And pretty much he went, let's not forget too, he went right into the league too at 18
Right.
and was playing major minutes for Cleveland. Kobe kind of had that first year where he was on the bench a little bit, and then his second year he started playing. So LeBron was pretty much right into it right in Cleveland his first year.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, we've already dove right into to basketball here. Of course, I'm excited about the Lakers season. I see great things for them. I've said this before, but I think that Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss are really putting together a dynasty in their minds. I think they're really looking ahead to what the Lakers can be this year, next year, and potentially even beyond. With giving LeBron the 2-year extension, with locking in AD, they actually even signed Kuzma for another 3-year extension and bringing in Marc Gasol. I mean, I think their eyes are kind of set on championships for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they got better.
Yeah,
I mean, they weren't,
that's
they got, and I don't think just a little bit better. I think they got significantly better. I mean, like you said, Marc Gasol, you get Dennis Schroeder. He's a good player. And then the biggest one is getting Montrezl Harrell from the Clippers because you're taking him from the Clippers too.
Right.
It's
That's
kind of like
true.
when the Astros, lost Garrett Cole to the Yankees. It's a double-edged sword. You're taking them. A lot of people think the Clippers are the other best team in the Western Conference. He was, Harrell's the 6th man of the year. You're removing him from that team and putting him on your team. So, I mean, they're the overwhelming favorite to win the title.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there's your prediction right there, right? And I agree. I think the Lakers are not only going to win this year. I think they're really setting up for a three-peat. I know you have to get 2 before you get 3, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the mindset in LA. And I mean, who if we think about it, who do you think is the biggest competition? You kind of mentioned it a little bit with the Clippers
Yeah.
losing a little bit of their star power. Who do you think the real
Well,
competition is?
I did think the Warriors could until Clay got hurt. Obviously,
Okay.
when Clay went down, that changed it. But if they had Clay, Draymond, and Curry with the number 2 pick, you also have Andrew Wiggins, who you got from Minnesota. I was curious to see how they looked. I thought they might be able to compete as a team that's won championships. I like the Clippers. The team I think can be dangerous. I mean, obviously the Nuggets, who they played last year in the Western Conference Finals, but I think the Mavericks could be dangerous this
I
year.
do too. I do too.
Yeah, with Doncic, another year in the league. You saw the success he had. Last year they gave the Clippers a run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that was without Porzingis pretty much too. So if you can get Porzingis to stay healthy, I think the Mavericks could really be dangerous. But the Western Conference, it's a good conference. The Suns were really good in the bubble. A lot of people are kind of sorry. I know you kind of but there's a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
I would say It's tough. I mean, I would probably say Clippers or Mavericks. Yeah, one of those two. But like I said, there's a lot of good teams in the West.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Mavericks are going to give the Lakers probably the most competition. I think that's going to be a great Christmas Day matchup.
Hmm.
Um, the Clippers, I think, will still give the Lakers a little bit of a run for their money, but I just really see the Lakers dominating overall. I mean, I'm by no stretch of the imagination a hater of the Warriors. I mean, I'm from the Bay Area. I support local teams. Unfortunately, I see them getting worked almost every game this season. Like
Yeah,
we
they're
said,
getting work tonight right now. So
what is it, about 30 something points or something like
yeah.
that?
No, and look, I think last year too, you know how the talk was kind of is LA now a Clipper town because Kawhi and
Mhm.
Paul George go out there. Well, that lasted about a half a season, and then
Right.
LeBron grabbed it back, took it
Yeah.
back, won the title, and now obviously it's still. I mean, it was never really Clipper town, let's be honest, but still, I mean, there was some talk of that last year.
Yeah, I don't think that will ever happen personally. It might happen in spurts. I mean, I was in LA at the time where Lob City was big with Blake and that team.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Clippers fans definitely started to show up a lot more than they did, but I mean that didn't last very long.
yeah.
So I don't ever see the
Well,
them
all
kind
you
of
got to do is
creeping
look
over
up.
that. Yeah.
Just look up and look at all the banners. I'll tell you whose house it is.
Totally, right?
Yeah.
I think I've lost count at this point. Speaking of, I just want to cut to this really quickly because when we were down in just a photo, but we were down in LA for the Raiders Chargers game. We stopped by some of the Kobe memorials. We stopped by this one near Staples Center. I just kind of want to show that. So we were out there representing. Of course, we had our Raider gear on because that's why we were there. I wish I would have had my Kobe jersey, but it's always going to be Kobe's town. It's always going to be Kobe's town. I'm watching the Warriors game right now, and obviously they're playing the Nets, and they were cutting back to a year ago today when Kobe and his daughter Gianna were on the sidelines, and you can see him like telling her what was going on, and her getting her like really understanding and seeing that, and it just it was a sad memory of what could have been for her. I know I totally kind of got off topic there, but I
Yeah.
was just
But
thinking of that.
Kobe, a lot of people look up to Kobe. I know there was that girl from Oregon who played college
Yes,
basketball,
yes.
and he it just and with as busy as he was to be to be as influential as he was in a lot of people's lives, to take out the time he did to kind of mentor them and all, it kind of showed you who Kobe was as a person too.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you kind of saw it while he was still here, but now that he's gone, I feel like you see it more, the influence that he's really had on all sports. And you'll see almost every sport mentioned, at least someone from every sport mention how
Hmm.
they had an influence on their career. That's something very special. And like you said, he really took the time to talk to these athletes and to mentor each athlete.
Yeah. Well, and not many people too can succeed in one profession, leave, and then go, writing the short
Right.
stories and things that he was doing. And I think he
Right.
was doing a little filmmaking, and boom, he's at the Oscars or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty impressive. Just the individual. Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and it'll be Kobe's house, and I would say Magic's house too, because too they always played there. They didn't play anywhere else but in LA, and I think as you know too, especially with today's athlete, that means a lot to a city.
Definitely. Oh yeah, that loyalty is like unheard of these days, especially I think in basketball. Everyone is going to these super teams now. Everyone wants to create this own super team, and who can I text today to be on my team next season, and how can we like get together for even one season because each team or each player wants the ring, and I get the players wanting the ring, but the loyalty to team I think
Yeah.
is huge. Not only huge, but like you're saying, lost.
Yeah, I mean, really, Dirk Nowitzki and maybe like a Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. It's gonna be you're not gonna see many of them left anymore. That a guy that just stays with their team for all their whole career. Even like Dwayne Wade left. It just
Right.
happens.
I think Curry could be one. I mean,
That's
only
good.
because
Yeah,
they have him they signed I think a very long-term contract. I don't know the exact details of his contract, but I could see him. I mean, and he already has his ring, so I don't think there would be any reason for him to be like, okay, I'm ending towards the end of my career. Let me go try to get a ring somewhere.
Right. But yeah, you look at LeBron. He's been on 3 teams. Durant now moving to his 3rd team. So it just happens pretty much.
Yeah, speaking of LeBron, back when he had that interview with ESPN about getting not 1 and not 2 and not 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
who can forget it?
Right. Who can forget it? So I think he was just timing was just off. He was saying that as in future reference for the Lakers.
Well, look, he's got his best chance. There's no doubt about it. And I think there's a part of him too, which I don't know how you could orchestrate this because I think he'd have to go through the draft, but he wants to play with his son supposedly, Bronny
Wow.
Jr. So we'll see if that happens because that would be pretty cool. I mean, a father and son tandem would be pretty cool.
I hadn't heard that, and I mean, the way he orchestrates it is, I'm LeBron James, and I'll go with whoever will take me, and anyone would take him, I think, and he doesn't need the money, so it wouldn't be about the paycheck. So
Right.
wherever Bronny gets drafted, he can just be like, I want to go there. I'm sure.
Well, that's what I think would happen with LeBron with the Lakers. A lot of people kind of made it like LeBron's going to LA to be a mogul, to do Space Jam and be in movies. I think it was more LeBron knew after a year Anthony Davis who was with Clutch Sports, who is Rich Paul, who is obviously LeBron's one of his best friends and his agent as well. I think they knew AD was coming to LA and they were going to team up. And when you have 2 of the top 4 or 5 players in the league, obviously you're going to be really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I actually think LeBron did want to play in LA. I mean, there's so many good reasons to
Oh,
want to
no,
play
yeah,
in
no,
LA.
I think you definitely wanted to play in LA, but I think a part was knowing the cap space they had. And I
Right.
think trust me, I think Magic regrets. He left, for
I
1 year to get
know.
LeBron. I know. And now look at it a year later. I
Totally.
think he regrets leaving and not maybe being in on some of that admiration Jeannie Buss and Palinka are getting now.
Totally, right? Yeah, and I mean, and LeBron's producing a lot of things in LA too. So, for that aspect, it was a win all around. So, we both predicted LA to win, I
Right.
think, right? We both. So, who is your prediction for their final? Who else will be in the
Okay.
finals?
Yeah, and that's tough. A lot of people like the Nets, and then you have the Bucks. I'm going to go with the Sixers actually, and
Okay.
it's like a little bit of heart involved there. But no, I really think. Look, the Bucks are a regular season team that really struggles in the playoffs. I like what the Sixers have done, and the last 2 years we were kind of the loud team. Everybody's like, "Oh, watch out for the Sixers," and we didn't produce. It's kind of how the Nets are this year. They're that loud team. And I just don't. I'm not a big Kyrie guy. I don't like him. KD, I'm not a fan of either. I'm just not. I think they're going to struggle defensively. They'll be good. They'll make it to the second round. They may make it to the conference finals. The Nets. But I got a feeling the Sixers are going to make a run. It's going to be Sixers, Lakers, and like you said, I just think the Lakers are going to be too good, too deep.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that'll be fun for you and I because
Yeah.
obviously you're a Sixers fan and I'm a Lakers fan, so that might make some interesting shows. Come June of next year.
Yeah, I still have nightmares of 2001 where we
Yes.
won game 1. I thought we got a chance, and then the Lakers just took the next 4.
I know, right? Trust me, that happens all the time. But no, the Nets look good. The Nets look
They do.
convincing. My boy, my favorite is always been Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, I believe, picked the Bucks to be in the finals. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really see that, to be honest. I don't think that I don't know. That's not my
let me
pick.
interject here a little
Yes.
bit. When she says favorite, that is so not even
I know.
even close.
Slightly
to her.
obsessed with him.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. It's a healthy obsession though.
Well, he was my brother's favorite player.
He was just he was your brother. Yeah,
Yeah.
So quick story here. My grandmother used to work for the Warriors organization, and her office was in the Oakland Arena. So she would used to go and watch the Warriors practice when they were good in the 90s, and that's when Charles Barkley was on the Suns, and they were always competing in the playoffs. So Charles kind of like knew me, if you will. I would go to the games, and he would and he would let me come on the court. And he'd give me a hug. It was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was a bit smitten.
Well, my brother, when he was in Phoenix, rang up like $250 in phone charges trying to call him on some sports show where it costs by the minute or something. And of course, I got blamed to it because I was the younger brother. But yeah, it was my brother just trying to call Charles Barkley out in Arizona.
Oh, how funny. Okay, I never did anything like that. Vegas says Charles Barkley is a Laker hater. Yeah, he gives the Lakers a hard time, that's for sure. But even though I'm a Lakers fan, I enjoy anything Charles says to me. Almost anything he says is hilarious.
Well, and he's gold on TV too. Him and Shaq. I mean, Charles is gold, and you know what too. Charles always tells it like it is, and he's not afraid to mince words or and that's just you got to appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's why he was my favorite, actually. That's why I was drawn to him. I mean, even now you get all these canned answers by athletes.
Yeah.
In interviews and things like that. And his whole thing was, I'm not a role model. And
Right.
I say it like it is. And I was like, that's my kind of dude.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that too. That was his big thing. And he's right. Look, if the player wants to take that on, that's fine. But if they don't, that's their choice too. Totally. And I kind of agree with his stance.
I almost wore my Charles Barkley jersey tonight, but since we're leading into the Lakers game, I opted with my Kobe jersey, which is actually one of my favorites because it's the Mamba, it's the Black Mamba. So this is always gonna probably.
Now, what's your Charles Barkley jersey? Is it Sixers or is it Suns?
Oh, I have them all.
Okay.
Yeah, I have purple Suns, black Suns. I even have a Rockets.
Wow.
I have two.
And you have a Sixers? You have a Sixers one too, or no?
Do. Yeah, I do. I have them all. So and what I think I have like 5 of them, something like that.
Yeah, I love Barkley. I got to see him in the playoffs with the Sixers in '90, and him and Rick Mahorn were called Thump and Bump, and it was so cool. Like they would like headbutt each other and just it was. I love them.
Very nice. All right. Well, what else do you want to give us? Oh, before we move into your picks, let's talk about some other hot headlines in the NBA.
Okay.
So there's some Harden drama.
Right.
He appears to not care about we were talking about taking care of your body earlier in the show. He appears to not have cared about that in the off season. I mean, I haven't either. A lot of us haven't, but we don't get paid.
Yeah, we're not professional athletes, Angela.
Right, we're not professional athletes. So there's that. Not only that, I heard he's having some confrontation with some players on his teams. He's throwing balls at people, all of these types of things. Yeah. Do you think he's acting out to get traded? Because we all have heard that he wants to be traded.
No, definitely. And you know what? Him throwing the ball, that might have just been him actually passing it for the first time. Nobody's used to him passing it. Maybe it was just a pass and the guy didn't see it coming and accused him of throwing the ball at him because you never know what Hardy's a ball hog. No, definitely. And it's not good for the Rockets because when it becomes so evident that somebody doesn't want to play there, you're going to lose the value. And the Rockets, they're asking for the world right now. With the Sixers, to me, with the way that situation is, just getting a Ben Simmons, if I'm the Rockets, I'm like, okay, great. I'm getting a guy under 25 that could be a really good player in the future. They want to ask for 3 first-round picks, too. I wouldn't do Simmons for Harden straight up, but they want another player in 3 first rounds. I mean, and with Harden doing this, they got to realize to get a trade, they got to lower expectations because he has a $40 million contract, too, a year.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah, and Harden is or was a good player. I always say I think OKC missed their dynasty with Harden, Westbrook, and KD. I think if they would have stuck together, they could have been something great. When they all came into the league early on, with this about probably 10 years ago, they always gave the Lakers a run for their money, and that was a good Lakers team. So. I don't know. I don't know what Harden is trying to achieve. Obviously, he wants a ring. He seems desperate for a ring.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. His time might have passed.
Yeah, and look, they tried everything. They brought other players on. They got Westbrook on. Nothing seems to work. I just think he's one of those guys. I mean, look, if he got with the right team, I'm sure it could happen. But just haven't found that right mix. His best option, honestly, was to stay on that Thunder team with Westbrook, him, and Durant, where he was coming off the bench. And I get it. He wanted to start and wanted big money, and Oklahoma didn't want to pay him. But, man, if those 3 guys would have stayed together, they would have won a title. They almost did.
Yeah, they almost did. So we'll see what happens there. The other thing I've been following is the Ball family saga, if you will. Now, you're big into pop culture, right? Did you ever watch their reality show? I never saw it.
Never saw. I don't know if it's on TV. I think it's like something you got to stream. Correct?
I don't know. I never saw
Yeah.
it.
Well, I think their
I'm sure now
fathers.
you can stream it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their father is just so obnoxious. To be honest with you, he signs checks. He makes his kids cash, and I'm not cool with that.
Ha, right?
Yeah.
So now he's saying his next thing is he's guaranteeing this championship on Charlotte with all three of his sons on the team.
Mhm.
His youngest son just got drafted by them. LaMelo, I think, is holding out, or he didn't want his Pelicans contract, so he's hoping to get traded there. And then what's the other one? LiAngelo, he got waived by Detroit, so I guess they're hoping somehow Charlotte picks him up.
Mhm.
And LeVar is guaranteeing this championship there by the first black owner, Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean, it makes a great story. I mean,
yeah,
you got to give it to this guy for
yeah.
the reality aspect of it, right?
Oh yeah, no, he's a salesman. But let's not forget too, LA was supposed to win multiple titles when the Ball family went there and Lonzo
Right.
went there. That didn't work out. I mean, I could guarantee I could run a 4-minute mile. It doesn't mean I'm going to run a 4-minute mile. So
Definitely. Yeah, actually, I'm going to pivot a little bit. Let's pivot into football really
Okay.
quickly because this reminded me of that because you said you had a better chance of winning the Boston Marathon than the Raiders do making the playoffs. You know what, Nick? Mother Moon and I are at the finish line and we are cheering
We
for
are
you.
cheering
Well,
you on.
I am making the finish line. You should be about like a third of the way through with an ambulance, and then maybe be ready for me.
So I
Whatever
mean,
it takes, we'll be there for you.
the thing is, though, at least for us, I mean, we know that. What did you say? There's a 2% chance, right? Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, they would need a bunch of teams to lose out, them to win out, and it's not going to happen. Let's be honest.
Okay, let's be. But they're still in it, and we have something to cheer for on Saturday
You
in
sound like Lloyd
Vegas.
Christmas.
In Vegas. Hey, I'm just happy because I'm going to Vegas. That's why. So I want for there to be a reason for me to be celebrating besides being with all my awesome Raider family. Um, so in Vegas, Nick, tell me what I should do. Give us your picks.
Okay. All right.
Hold on, let her write this down. Let's
Oh, I got it. You can start with basketball or football, however you want to do it.
Okay. Well, I'll start with basketball tonight. Lakers are obviously playing at 10 o'clock, and I like the Lakers tonight. They're playing the Clippers. Lakers are -3. Some lines I just saw Lakers actually dropped to 2, so people are actually betting the Clippers. But I think the Lakers come out, start the season right. I'm sure they'll be unveiling their banner, although obviously there's no fans in LA, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so no fans, but still, I think they'll unveil the banner, and I think they'll go out and get a win tonight. And them the Clippers have that little rivalry, so I think the Lakers start the season right, and I also think they're going to win on Christmas Day too, against the Mavericks. But that's going to be a really cool game to see. Seeing Doncic versus LeBron, it's going to be cool.
I'm betting on that one. I'm betting for Lakers to I'm going to bet for Raiders and Lakers to win while I'm in Vegas, but against probably your advice.
yeah, that would definitely be against my judgment. Now, football, sorry, Dolphins, Raiders. I'm going to go with the Dolphins -2.5. I mean, you watch these two teams play, you see two teams headed in opposite directions. Let's be honest. The Raiders were 6-3. They're now 7-7, 1-4 in their last 5. You look at the Dolphins.
Almost like last season. It's almost.
Yeah.
Besides the jet swing, it's almost identical.
Yeah, and the Dolphins have covered 9 of the last 10. They started 1-3, so they're 8-2 in their last 10 straight up. I mean, they're really playing well. But this line has me worried for the Dolphins. I mean, this happens a lot with the Dolphins, but still, the line doesn't make any sense to me. I think the Dolphins should be 4.5, 5-point, 6-point favorite against the Raiders, and they're not. So that makes me think maybe do they think Mariota starts? And I hate to say it, but now the Raiders, with less pressure on them, come out and show up and play. But I'm still just going to go with like I said, I look at this game much like I looked at the Colts game where I said, remember on paper, it all said Colts to me. Everything says Dolphins. So I'm going to take the Dolphins -2.5.
All right.
And maybe it'll help because I picked the Raiders every other week and it
I
went the other
know.
way.
I'm still gonna bet on the Raiders. Hopefully, not a lot. Maybe just like $20 or something.
Well, look, if the Raiders win Saturday, I promise I will come on and pick against the Raiders every week until it goes the other way. And I will. I'll pick against the Raiders every week. My next game, I'm going to go with my hometown team, the Eagles, playing in Dallas. I like the Eagles -2. Jalen Hurts has really sparked this team. I mean, it's pretty crazy. They look dead, and their playoff chances are very slim, but still, they're playing motivated football. I really like what Jalen Hurts has done. I'm going to take the Eagles -2. In Dallas, I think they win by at least a touchdown. And then I'm going to go to the Washington football team playing at home against Carolina. I really like that defense. Although I don't know if you heard about Dwayne Haskins today. Did you hear about that? Their quarterback. He
No,
got caught with a mask off at a strip club.
Oh, good job, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
He's not the first one. He's the first one to get caught, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I like
without his mask on at a strip club. So I guess strip clubs are open where he is, but you just have to.
I guess I don't. Like I said, I don't know how you. Well, they said. Remember when you went to Atlanta? I think they said there was some adult.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you can socially distance at a strip club. I don't know how, but I guess it's possible.
There you go.
So some plexiglass. That's all. I've been told. I don't know.
I don't know. Mother Moon, were you on that Atlanta stripper bus tour? No, I'm kidding.
No.
So yeah, I'm going to go with the Washington football team -2.5 against Carolina, and yeah, those are my picks.
And your final prediction is
Right.
Sixers Lakers final, and Lakers win it all. That's right. I don't know
Correct.
about the Sixers part, but I also agree with the Lakers.
Yeah, well, the East, much like the West, the East is a lot better.
Yeah.
The Nets are good. The Celtics lost Hayward, but they're good. The Heat, had the run last year, and then we haven't brought up the Bucks, the Sixers, or the Raptors. So both conferences are pretty deep, and it's going to be an exciting NBA season. There's a lot of good teams. I think the Lakers obviously are the favorite, but if something happens with the Lakers, an injury or whatever, it's going to be wide open. It really is.
Oh, take that back.
No, I'm just. You never know. I mean, I'm not wishing that on anybody, but if something happens to LeBron or AD, it's wide open. There's a lot of good teams.
All right, so I will say, of course, same prediction here. Lakers win it all. I'm gonna go as far as saying Lakers win the next two. As far as their opponent, I'm just gonna go ahead and say the Nets.
Good.
So.
Yeah, I just like I said with the Nets, they should be really good. But you kind of saw it with the Clippers. They were the preseason everybody loved. This year it's kind of the Nets. Sometimes it takes a lot of times to gel. Look at the Heat with LeBron. They ended up making the finals, but everybody thought, like he did, not one championship, not two championships, not three championships, and he only ended up winning 2 there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. They got to show it on the court, and we'll see. Because like I said, I'm not a big Kyrie guy. I'm just not.
Yeah. All right. There you go. All right, Nevada Nick. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for giving us your NBA opening night insight and your predictions. I will be probably texting you in Vegas so I can make some money. I'll give you 10%.
And we'll be taking a private jet home.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you both.
If he's that good,
you both have a very nice Christmas and have a good time in Vegas.
Thank you, Nevada Nick. You have a very nice Christmas as well.
Good night.
All right, ciao. All right, we have a caller on the line, so let's get straight to that before we get to our next guest. Hey, caller, what is up?
What is going on, guys? Merry Christmas to all a good day.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you. Of course, we have Jared on the line. Jared with the Pittsburgh Report. Thank you for being on with us tonight. What do you have for us?
Well, let's talk about a lot of things. First off, the big story is what happened last night in that embarrassment in Cincinnati, losing to the Cincinnati Clowns. I mean, you go down 17-0. You had 9 yards passing. Ben was just not on his game. The Steelers rushing attack was there. But again, it was just ugly as can be, and it was just a pitiful night, however. and you have no one to blame but yourself. And now you got to worry about Sunday. You got the Colts coming in obviously on Sunday, however, and of course Cleveland playing the Jets. Of course, the Jets come off their first big win of the year, and now it could come down to possibly the final week of the season in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So that's your and so everyone was talking about, are the Steelers kind of like the real deal here, and they're on the kind of this losing streak. So what do you think? Were they lucky? Are they facing better opponents, or is it just the season just taking a kind of a wear and tear on them?
I think it's wear and tear, and I think it's also because it just finally got gassed and they got spent. However, and it shows. However, it's sad because they had such a good run early on, and these last 3 games have been pitiful. I mean, the Buffalo game a week ago, last night, and then you've got to find a way to definitely win, obviously, coming up on Sunday afternoon against Indianapolis and Rivers. If you don't win, you're in trouble going into that last game of the year.
Yeah, definitely. So what else do you have? There's a lot of we're talking about NBA opening night. There's a lot of big games on Christmas Day, which is my favorite.
Yeah, we got the Lakers tonight playing against the Clippers in PG in Hawaii. We had Kevin Durant and Kyrie have a big opening night performance. Kyrie scored 26. Kevin Durant scored 22. Wiseman had 19 and 20 this Curry, but the Nets start off with a big bang, no pun intended. 599, Howard. They start off the NBA season with a big, loud statement. College football-wise, earlier today we saw Tulane lose to Nevada in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, 38-27. And right now, BYU is playing a smackdown on UCF right now in the third quarter, 49. Yeah, but the big story in college football today is we have one more bowl canceled, Gasparilla Bowl, South Carolina UAB, which was supposed to be on Saturday. That is canceled now. Also, we understand Florida and Dan Mullen, along with Miami, have been penalized for recruiting violations, apparently. However, as things are a little ugly there in that situation, of course, Paulo Tado failed to promote an atmosphere of compliance and ban from all campus recruiting activities during the fall evaluation period. He was also given a 4-day off-campus recruiting ban during the fall contact period, and the university banned for the first 10 days of the January 2020 contact period, which they should say 2021. But yeah, he made a big boo boy. They've been placed on a year of probation, and Dan Mullen is definitely got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. And then Auburn tonight announced that Brian Harsin will be the next coach. Brian Harsin, formerly of Boise State, 69-19, 3 Mountain West titles in 7 years of Boise's alma mater. Apparently, Adam Mendenberg says, however, I guess he met with Auburn over the weekend, however, today, and they came to an agreement this evening, and he will be the new coach at Auburn, as apparently Louisiana head coach Billy Napier and Clemson defensive coordinator Brent Naples was supposed to do the job, but they told Chris Lowe they're saying now the job. So Harrison from Boise is heading from now the Mountain West Conference out to the SEC. So he's in for a big challenge playing in a big boy league down in the SEC.
All right. Well, thank you, Jared, so much for your call. Thank you for the Pittsburgh report. We are going to get into some Raiders chat now. So thank you for being on For Life, our Raiders story, and thank you for the Pittsburgh report. You have a Merry Christmas, my friend.
You too, guys. Have a good one, Howard. Let's just hope the Raiders win on Sunday night, Saturday night.
Saturday night, yeah.
This game against Miami. This is a must-win game. They have to win Saturday night. There's no two ways about it.
There is not. Some jobs might be on the line.
Thank you, Jared.
Yes.
All right,
Merry
Jared. Thank you so
Christmas to you and
much.
your family.
See ya.
Take care.
All right, everybody. That was Jared with the Pittsburgh report. We are going to get on with the Raiders hot topics with my friend Jason Dean. Jason Dean, what is up, my friend? Uh-oh. We can't hear. I can't hear Jason Dean.
I cannot either.
Jason, I think
I
are you
see
on
you.
mute? We see you, but we don't hear you. You might be on mute or something, my friend.
He's talking a minute.
Yeah, he is talking. He gonna work it out here.
Okay.
While he says 1 minute. All right, we're gonna hang on a second here while he works that out. And while he's doing that, the Lakers are receiving their championship trophy as we speak. So
if you're watching, check out her jacket.
I know, Jeannie
It's
Buss,
beautiful.
work, girl. She got the gold and purple sequin bling on. Shoot. Probably Swarovski crystals or something too.
Oops,
Uh-oh.
echo there.
What's happening now?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
All right. Well, let's get into some of these Raiders hot headlines here. Jason, let me know when you're ready. All right. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. All right. So we'll try to get him back in here when we can hear him a little bit better. I think it's just because he doesn't have his Demon King his Demon King outfit on. That's why maybe. Well, we have been meaning to have this chat with my friend Jason Dean, Demon King, aka Demon King, since the last Raiders game Thursday night. It's what, Tuesday now? We needed all the way from Thursday to Tuesday to calm our little booties down, because if we would have went on right away, we probably would have been banned from YouTube forever.
Yeah. I think we're
Let's
gonna
bring him back in here and see. Do we
How
have
about
any
now?
audio yet, my friend?
You got
Yay,
me
there
yet?
it is. There it is.
Hey,
We
all
got
right.
you.
We would have been
Woo-hoo!
banned from YouTube for life.
We
Absolutely.
would have been. So just so you know, we had planned to do a post-game show after the Chargers game. We decided to postpone that to 24 hours to the next day. We still didn't think we would be able to be on air and maintain ourselves and our emotions, put it that way. So here we are on Tuesday.
I
When
still have no words.
We'll
I
do
still
our
have
best.
no words from the game.
We'll
Still
do
have
our
no
best.
words.
Well,
God.
yeah. So what is that? Let me say what's up to some of the chat line here. Steve, we got Steve-O. What's up, Thor? Raider at China. Hey, Raider at China says, Demon King, she's happy to see you.
What's up, Raider at China and Raider at Dakota?
Oh, yeah. Let me get this other banner down here really quickly. So many things to try to work on.
Well, I do want to say one thing, though. Y'all can
Yes.
say it. Y'all can
Yes,
say it.
Notre
Yeah.
Dame.
You know what's happening? We shocking the world and beating Bama.
You're likely talking to a heavy USC audience here. But
Oh,
am Woo! What's up, Stiz? Stiz, are you still in here? I know we had Vega in here a little bit earlier. So what's up to everybody in the chat line?
What's up, everybody?
Antoine, I don't know if you're still in here. Alkalaka, we're going to see you. We're going to see you in Vegas this weekend, I'm sure. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in Vegas towards the end of this conversation. But let's get into it. Raiders hot topics. First of all, let's get into I'm going to go ahead and call him Mariota, just because I like the way that sounds. I usually call him Mariota, but they were calling him Mariota. And I was like, oh, yeah, like Mario, duh.
The Flying Hawaiian.
Flying Hawaiian. There you go. One extra point. Bloop, 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 bloop. Anywho. He looked great.
Yes, he did.
It was exciting to watch. I felt like the team, the offense got this new life to them. I felt like the play calling opened up. No disrespect to Carr. But it was exciting you weren't excited? I was excited.
Well, put it this way. When you have a Ferrari and you plan for a Cadillac, it's two totally different things, okay? That defense was prepared for Derek Carr. Not moving around in the pocket, sitting in the pocket, getting pressure on him. You know, I loved seeing what Mariota could do. I really did. I was very excited. I was hoping he could have pulled out that win and got him that little bit of extra bonus cash.
Yeah.
But, you know,
$1 million almost. $1 million
Yeah.
bucks here.
they weren't prepared for it. And I mean, Angela, you know how I am. I'm a big advocate for our team, and you are too as much. And a lot of people I know in Raider Nation, they don't like John Gruden. I always stuck up for John Gruden. Just give him a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance. Well, you know what? I'm tired.
Yeah.
I hear a butt
Play
coming
calling
on.
is vanilla. Play calling is vanilla. How in the heck are you not throwing the ball to newly first-time Pro Bowler Darren Waller
Hey,
on the
congratulations to him.
3-yard line? Why are you running a fullback slide? I love Ingle, I do. But even if he caught the ball, he wasn't scoring. Roll Mariota out. Roll them out.
I will say this. I agree with you. I was never sold on Gruden when he came back. And I did I because my favorite's little Chucky Gruden, I really try to keep my comments about him on the down low. But yeah, he is just not the man. This is what I say. This is what I say. The only halftime adjustment John Gruden is capable of making is that Oakland Raiders hat to that other Raiders hat that I'm choosing not to say right here, right now, because it's my show and we don't use that word. No.
And I love little Chucky Gruden. He's great. And even if John Gruden is gone, little Chucky Gruden is still our guy. He's still
For
our
sure.
dude, no matter what. He's our number one super fan. I love the little kid to death. He was so cool when I met him. It was great. His parents, excellent people, great people. But I know we didn't have Grant, or what's his name? I don't know, the guy that holds the clipboard that's got that offensive coordinator title, but don't call him nothing. I don't even remember what the hell his name is. With his slick back hair. He looks like a throwback from The Sopranos. No, another bum.
Speaking of lookalikes, Nevada Nick here says you're doing your Tom Selleck impersonation.
You know what? For a 152-year-old man, he's good looking still. I'm cool with that.
Hey, there he is. I was expecting the Ed Sheeran clap back to come.
Nah, I already was at the concert, got backstage passes. We got pictures, me and Nick. We good.
So
But
yeah,
like I said last week, I think we need young blood. I think we need a young offensive coordinator. And I'm seeing a lot of talk about these DCs. You know, I'm seeing Matt Patricia. I'm seeing, of course, Wade Phillips, because I think if we got Wade Phillips in there and bring a young kid in so he can teach this kid and mold him, because LaMarcus Joyner needs to go back to free safety.
here's the thing about Wade Phillips, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is he not unemployed for a reason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like,
Yeah.
well, they want him. I'm like, he's unemployed for a reason, right? I mean,
Yeah. I think he's like his dad. His dad was a mouth. Bum Phillips was a big mouth, but he was a good coach. He was a clown, wore a cowboy hat and style. He was just a clown. But I mean, when Wade Phillips had that defense at the Rams, he held that guy that played for that team in Massachusetts to no touchdowns until the fourth quarter. They scored one. So I got to give him a little bit of credit. He made Corey Littleton the all-pro linebacker that we thought we were getting. He made LaMarcus Joyner the all-pro free safety that, for some strange reason, the great Paul Gunther put him at slot corner and said, he's going to do good here. Well, guess what? He's the worst slot corner in the history of football. Junior, high school, college, NFL. The worst ever. I could go there and get burned every game and get paid. That'd be cool. I could do that.
all right. Yeah, so we'll see what happens this week. It's going to be an interesting week. We're all
But
we're all fed up.
another name I saw thrown out there.
Uh-oh.
Rex Ryan.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm serious. I saw, and Lovie Smith wants to come back to the NFL. And I told you, Angela, I would love to have Lovie come to our team.
You did say that.
Yeah.
You know,
Big
I mean, at
Grizzlies and
this
everything.
point, we can all guess on who's going to help, but
It all starts here. It all
Yeah,
starts
it's like-
here.
it does. It starts at the top, and the grass is always greener on the other side. And it's hard to say, let's get rid of everybody and hope somebody else performs better.
We don't know.
We don't know. With that said, though, I think Carr is on the chopping block. I watched his press conference today. I think he is concerned about his job, and I think that's why he wants. And I'm not saying Mariota's going to take it. I'm just saying I think he's concerned because the Raiders have no cap money, and Carr is a huge contract, 7 seasons, 1 winning season. Yes, they made the playoffs. He has yet to play in a playoff game. Of course, we all know that was Connor Cook. And if the Raiders would have had like a Mariota to play in a playoff game, I think the Raiders had a chance of winning that. Like,
What if this? Think about this one. Think about this. What if we trade him to New England and we get their first round pick and then we go and draft Zach Wilson from BYU?
I don't know.
Mariota to start, Zach Wilson as the backup.
It makes me nervous starting over. I remember last year I watched the Oregon Ducks play only because I heard that Herbert would potentially be drafted by the Raiders. And maybe would replace Derek Carr.
Look at how that turned out. Look how great that turned out.
Yeah, well, of course it didn't work. Well, it not how great it turned out. It wasn't even a
Look
thing.
at
It didn't happen.
I lost my hair because of the Raiders. I had a full head of hair 2 years ago.
Yeah. I think we're all just we're tired of it. There's a lot of blame to go around.
Yeah.
I think honestly, Gruden is to blame. He, like I said, he doesn't make the halftime adjustments. The only time he's been successful is when he's inherited already successful teams. It almost reminds me of the time when Kaepernick inherited the 49ers when they were already a good team, but he wasn't really a good quarterback, and everyone made it seem like he was a good quarterback, but it was like,
Yeah.
well, Alex Smith got them to the Super Bowl basically. So,
I don't think we need to start over. We are young, but I think we need a little bit of different leadership, just a little bit. Give me an offensive coordinator with a young mind. That's
okay,
what
here's
I
an
like.
interesting point though, because Gruden's only in season 3 of a 10-year contract. Okay, so we're kind of stuck with him. But with that said, I recall him saying if he didn't perform well and the Raiders didn't win, he wasn't going to take his pay. So you're not winning. So is he going to collect his money? Because the
So does
Raiders
that mean
need
we get that money to use in free agency?
exactly, because the Raiders don't have any money to spend in free
No,
agency.
we have nothing. We have like
He
$6
has
in a
7 years.
washing machine.
He may have 7 years to say, "Oh, well, okay, now take my money." Yeah.
Oh,
Give it
God.
back. I
We'll
mean,
see.
Carr. I mean, honestly, Carr. He made he has his contract is huge, and I know money is important. He's got like a bunch of kids that's into college and all this stuff. But how about you just give back a little bit of that money because you're not performing, so they
That's
can
right.
actually get a team that can win
That's
a
right.
Super Bowl,
Absolutely.
or just some games. Forget a Super Bowl. How
Give
about
me-
just the winning season?
Give me another cornerback that can stay on the field. Give me a safety that can't that doesn't get burned every other play, and give me someone that can mentor Jonathan Abram because he's going to end up getting himself killed.
Right.
He's going to end up in a wheelchair because the kid has no breaks. I mean, granted, I played defense in high school. I played defensive back, and I was the same way. I had 6 concussions. It's not a good thing.
Thor said that was a lie, and I think he's talking about Gruden's money. And I'm sure you're right. So I think we should just buy a billboard in Vegas. All of us Raider fans. I don't think they're very expensive, and we should just be like, just put like. We probably can't put a photo of Gruden, so we might have to use a little Chucky Gruden, and then we'll have to put in quotes like "I will give my paycheck back."
Or we could put a picture of John Gruden up there and say, "Have you seen this man?" Because he's nowhere to be found.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. We all know it's tough being a Raiders fan. It's not getting any easier. In the hunt, it seems every year. Sometimes it's laughable when they're on the hunt because sometimes I think they've been in the hunt at like 4-7 or something.
Yeah, like that's crazy. You know, like I see that it says we're in the hunt at 7-7. But you know, like I hate to be realistic. I wanted all the collapse and have us just like sneak in there. You know what I mean? That'd be great. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I don't like I never want to.
Who are we?
I never want to say we're gonna lose. I never want to say that. But this game coming up Saturday night is huge. They got all the momentum. That defense.
I think it's huge for the Raiders personnel. I think the biggest thing on the line is the Raiders personnel. And if they're not going to go out there and fight for their livelihoods, then right.
We'll ship it to Jacksonville where everybody goes to die.
Yeah, Nevada Nick, this is for so there we go. I think maybe this could be our quote for the billboard. Knock on wood if you think Gruden isn't giving their money back.
I'm knocking.
We're with you. We're knocking. We're with you.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's going to be rough against Miami. I know they're coming in, but that defense is tough. I mean, with Carr or with Mariota, I mean, honestly, I would rather just sit Carr the rest of the year. Truthfully, because if he's got
I think the opposite. But go ahead, tell me why.
That groin injury, Carr's not going anywhere. I'm sorry to tell everybody out there in Raider Nation, Carr is not going anywhere. I know half the people hate him and half the people love him. I'm a lover of Carr. I am.
I don't
But
hate him either. But let me tell you why I would rather see Mariota. Because like you said, the seat
the element of he can move.
right. Well, but hold on. The Raiders are probably out of it, right? They have a 2% chance of making the playoffs. At this point, if Carr is
Still
not
2%.
100, it is still 2%, correct. But if Carr is not 100%, why risk further injury, long-term injury? And
Yes.
and why not give Mariota, who looked really, really good and it was exciting, an opportunity to play and make a push? This is my opinion. And then hopefully Carr will be ready next season.
Yeah.
That's kind of my stance on it. I think it can actually only hurt Carr, not only physically actually hurt him, but if he doesn't perform well, then it's going to look bad for him as well.
And they're
So
going to
to
blame it
me-
on the injury. They're
and
going to
they're
blame
gonna-
it on the groin.
to-
I don't
to
want
me,
that
he has,
blame.
like, right, and he has everything to lose, in my opinion. And I know he wants to play. Of course, I want that mentality as well. But at this point, I think he should sit out the last 2 games.
Yes. Here's how I feel. I mean, I always like Mariota because, as you guys know, I'm a big college guy. I watch everything college as well, and I seen Mariota at Oregon. But one thing about Mariota that he doesn't have that Carr does is accuracy. Mariota had track stars. He would throw a lot of screens, a lot of little slants, 2-yard slants. But we have track stars, but he's hurt.
Yeah.
And
Let me
you know
ask
what I
you
mean?
this. Let me ask you this, and this is crazy, right? Because why not? How about playing them both? When time is, why not? Mix it up, confuse the hell out of the Dolphins.
Florida won a national championship with 2 quarterbacks.
What's that?
Florida won a national championship with 2 quarterbacks.
Okay, so hey, why not?
I don't see why not. I like that. Now for Gruden,
they have nothing to lose at this point, really.
that's right. Why not? Put Mariota in the game. Let them both start.
Let them both. Hell, put them both in at the same time. You don't know
That's
if they're going to
what I'm
run
saying.
or pass. Oh,
That's what I'm saying. And look, offensive coordinator, spicy Raider girl. Let's
There
go.
you go. Both
Let's
of them.
go.
You never know. Maybe they'll pass. Maybe they'll run.
You never know. You
I mean,
never
look,
know.
we have 2 Pro Bowlers, right? Jacobs,
Yes,
he
we
can
do.
run it, and Waller, he can catch the pass. I mean, come on. I'm loving this game plan. We got to get this screwed in somehow.
I tell you what, Rodney Hudson got, excuse my language, he got screwed.
Yes, Carr said that today, which was
I was the
surprising.
best center in football the past 7 years, not on the Pro Bowl team. They put that kid from Indianapolis, the Kelly kid, and who else made it? Who was the other? Oh, Pouncey from the Steelers, who was decent, but he was hurt for a little bit this year.
Well, you know why? Because those are 2 winning teams, and they're probably going to favor the winning team. I feel you. Shoot. But I want to let's see what does Thor have to say here? Carr should sit. We got pride to play for. That's huge. We ain't officially eliminated yet. Fight till the end.
That's right, Thor. That's right.
I agree. It's not over, and they should fight till the end. I don't think. I think Mariota gives them a fighting chance.
If Carr's not 100%, he shouldn't be in the game because what he's got over Mariota is accuracy and a deep arm. Mariota can't throw deep, and he's not that accurate. But one thing he can do is move out of the pocket and make things happen. Carr can't really do that much, and he's 2 years younger than Carr.
This is what I think about the Raiders, and maybe they know this, and maybe they're not going to tell everybody, which they shouldn't because they don't want the Dolphins to be prepared. But I hope inside the organization they know who is going to start and who
Absolutely
will
they
play,
do.
so that they're prepared for it, so that their offense is prepared for it, and they have a game plan.
Just like the Eagles did with the Hurts kid. They knew they were going to play him. Wentz is as good as gone. Wentz is gone from Philly. Everybody get used to seeing Carson Wentz in an Indianapolis Colts jersey because that's where he's going.
Oh, really? I heard rumors today that the Colts might be interested in Carr.
Well, we want a first-round pick and their next 7 first-round picks, too.
There you go. Boom.
And the defensive tackle and Darius Leonard. Then they can have Carr and his whole contract and all that, all his kids and all that stuff.
Well, Raider Squid, he agrees that Carr should sit.
Okay.
Yeah, he said
if he's not 100%, he shouldn't be on the field.
Yeah, I agree.
No way.
So if we're taking a poll here on For Life or Raider Story, we all think he should sit.
I mean, I love him. I'm probably one of the ones in this chat that loves him.
A Carr?
Yeah.
I'm not a Carr hater. I just the way like I said, the way I see it, with the very slim chance, the way Mariota performed and Carr not being 100%, I just think
Why get injured?
why get injured any
Right.
further?
That's
Just
right, Raider Moon. Exactly, Raider Moon.
There you
Exactly.
go.
I got a new
I don't
name.
know.
I love it.
No. Is he the one that called you like the? It was Raider Moon, but it was like the dark Raider Moon coming out of the sky or something. Am I making that up?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I don't know. It was
Too much wine, Angela. Settle down. Settle down.
It was-
Settle
I
down.
think you got us mixed up. I think it was Savage Moon.
Oh,
and
did something like that? Something happened. Sorry.
We're good.
My bad. My bad.
I like Raider Moon. I don't care. I'm calling it that anymore.
Love it. Love it.
Raider Moon. Boom. All right, my friend. We are about at our time here because I gotta watch me a Laker game. So anything else you have to say before we go? I think we did very well. I mean, I have so many notes that I wanted to say from the other night, and I didn't only said like
That's
2
all
of
right.
them.
We'll have other times, buddy. Yeah, I just want to see it, everybody.
We're gonna have to, what we'll need to do. We'll have to do like a For Life presents the After Hours or the After Dark episode or something where we don't care what
Rated
YouTube
R
thinks.
Well, we can say whatever we want. You understand how reserved I am? You understand how reserved I am? I'm Italian. The F-bomb comes out of my mouth in the morning in my house. So
I'm Puerto Rican. Where do you think I get my name from? I mean, good
Oh,
Lord.
yeah.
You should hear me. You should hear me when the camera's off.
The other day, she was, I'm not going to go on. I said, nope, you are not ready. Put you on another timeout.
I think she hit my mic.
well, when you messaged me and said, yeah, we're not going on tonight, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like we should.
Yeah,
That's not
I
a good
know
thing.
that's probably not the best idea. I was like, I don't want to end up, I don't even want to say who. I don't want to end up like some of these Raider fans who just, go off the deep end and then are hated, because I do love Raider Nation, and more importantly, I love my Raider Nation people and I respect them. So I don't want to be the, the naysay.
I just want to let everybody know that I am moving from Pennsylvania to Texas the day after Christmas. And me and Angela talked about this a little bit. I am an NBA fan. I
Yeah.
follow my boy JJ Redick everywhere he goes. But now, since I'm going to be moving to Texas, I am going to be a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Ooh, and when I heard that, I was like, this is gonna be an interesting, because Lakers, Mavericks, Christmas Day.
Luka!
I'm not mad at Luca. Luca's nice to look at, so I'm not even gonna
Jesus H. Christ. Here we go. God, man, you remind me of my nieces when they watch football. Well, their butts look good. I will lose my mind.
I mean, Luca, come on. Luca's a good looking dude.
All right, he's a good-looking kid. I'll give him that. He's a good-looking kid.
And I don't know if you've heard this before, but did you hear the quote Mark Cuban said when he was asked? He said, "So would you rather trade Luca or don't quote me exactly, but would you rather trade Luca or get a divorce?" He says, "I'm on the phone with my divorce lawyers right now."
Yes, yeah, because he's not stupid. You get rid of Luka, you're starting all over 10 years. Luka's the next good one in the league. I mean, he's young, and their kids are going to come to Dallas because, for one, they got this, and Cuban's a great owner. They got Josh Richardson this year. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. still. Chris Stapps. If Chris Stapps is healthy, look out for the Mavericks. Look out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're going to be a force in the West. We were talking about this with Nevada Nick. So let's say, what's your pick? You already know I think the Lakers are going to win the next two. What's your pick? What's so funny?
All right. Okay, I think the Lakers are the Mavs are going to take the Lakers to 7 games. The only team that I think that could beat the Lakers now
in the conference
finals is the Mavs.
Okay,
I think the Denver Nuggets are still looking good.
All right, let's take.
And don't forget our boy, our Raider fan.
Let's take that easy.
Game time. Damian Lillard.
Let's take that easy.
But
Okay.
the only
All
team.
right, Fair enough. But who's your prediction to play the Lakers in the finals?
In the Eastern, the NBA Finals.
You didn't catch that.
Yeah, right.
My prediction is going to be the Dallas Mavericks versus the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Mavericks in 5.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough.
And I'm not drinking tonight.
Fine, if you say so. Okay, so you and Nevada Nick both think the Sixers will be in it. I went with Lakers Nets.
I think the Sixers because of Doc Rivers.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think the Nets are going to be bad.
Can I just say I don't think Doc Rivers deserved to be fired as the Clippers.
He didn't. Coach. Not at all. Not at all. And I think the Nets are going to be really good. The Nets are going to be very good. After watching them play tonight, they look good. Steve Nash is a good guy. He's a good coach. He knows what he's doing.
They did look good, but they were playing the Warriors, and the Warriors, again, nobody hate me. I'm not mad at the Warriors. Oakland team. Yes, I said Oakland, but they're going to get work. They're going
to get work. San Francisco?
Yeah. That's fine. Whatever.
You got one team left there. I feel for you. You got one left.
Don't even start with me because if the A's go anyway, get this.
The Las Vegas A's?
You better go.
Take that back.
Hold on. Sorry. Technical difficulties. We lost Jason Dean. All of a sudden.
Oh my God. She took me right off camera. She took me right off camera. I'm just kidding, Angela. You know I love you. But yes, they did play the Warriors, who are not even close to at full strength. You know, no Draymond, no Clay. Clay's done for the year, I think. So
I love Clay. Actually, he's my favorite Warrior, and I'm worried that
it's going to be tough.
I'm worried he doesn't come back. I mean, coming off an Achilles, and right before that, a knee.
It's going to be hard.
3 years off, and he's not.
It's going to be hard.
He's
not. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be hard for him.
I'm rooting for Clay. I'm rooting for him.
Me too. His father was a great ball player, and he was a real nice guy. Clay's a good kid. He's humbled, and that's a good thing. He was taught by his parents. The kid was raised right. You know, he's a humble kid. But I still think Dallas is going to win.
You still think Dallas is going to win? Is that what you said?
Yes, I do.
Oh, geez. You've been a fan for like a day.
Not till the day after Christmas.
Actually, not till the day after Christmas even. You're not even a fan yet.
All right, then. Well, we can talk about the Pelicans because you know what Zion Williamson's going to do to the league. So.
Oh yeah, and your boy's still there, right?
My boy is still there. My boy JJ Redick. Yes.
All right, they're a fun team. They're
young.
I like this right here. Oso said Lakers are taking the next 3. Okay.
Oh Jesus! So settle down. Settle down.
I said the next 2, which for a 3-peat, but I like the next 3. I'm just bummed. I like that the NBA is not playing in the bubble. I do like that they're in stadiums. Of course, I'm disappointed that we can't be there. It would have been so good to be in the building tonight to see the Lakers get their trophy and put the banner up.
I wish you were there. You were there.
I would have been in the house 100%.
She was there. She lived there when she was in LA.
Oh yeah, that was literally I should have had a cot there. I was there like 3 years.
I want everybody out there in Raider Nation land to get ready for January 1st. Y'all know what January 1st is when the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame take down the juggernaut of Alabama. Catholics versus cousins, baby. We are coming. We are coming to Texas. Full gear. Go.
Are you going? Can you go?
No. Let me tell you something. I looked for the tickets on SeatGeek, right? I get on there. They're already half sold out, and the cheapest ticket was $485. Ooh. I told my girlfriend, I said, listen, we're not going. We're not going.
Yikes.
Oh, it's Christmas. We can't. No. That money will go towards honeymoon. So.
Okay. Hey, what? You're going to make a great husband.
I know.
Great choice.
I can cook, I can clean, and I'm loyal.
Well,
passing up,
and you're funny.
I love it,
and you're hysterical.
Absolutely, so, yeah. Oh, I'm funny as hell. I'd be a great dad too. I can't wait for that.
Oh, did we just make an announcement? Do people know that?
No, nothing yet. Nothing on paper or inked in anything.
Except you just said.
I'm gonna be. Oh, eventually I'm going to be a dad. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Okay. So let me see. We have to plan for a wedding. So let us know. So we have plenty of time to get there.
Oh, did you just invite yourself to
I
his
did.
wedding? Mother Moon just invited herself to your wedding.
I told my girlfriend, her name is Cynthia. Cynthia, I love you, baby. I told her that I wanted to
She was
that I wanted to get married in the Demon King outfit, and she said absolutely not.
good for her.
Yeah.
I'm
happening.
with her on that one. No
And she said,
disrespect.
no black dress, so don't even ask.
Yeah,
I was
no
like,
disrespect to Demon King, but
No, pull that Demon King out on the honeymoon night, just not at the church.
absolutely. But yeah, I'm moving to Texas. I got a new job, and I'm going to start a new life down there. With I'll see Oso down there, and I got buddies in the DFW. They're the Raider for Life club down there.
we're actually talking about going to the Dallas game next year.
Oh yeah. Oh, we are all going. If you two aren't there, I swear to God, I will unfriend you on every social media.
Oh wow, that okay.
I
guess
think
we're going.
Oso said the same thing pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll be in
Attaboy,
the
Oso. Attaboy. And I already told Nevada Nick we got a date in Vegas, me and him. So
yeah, but will you too with Philly when Philly comes?
yeah, absolutely. Me, him, Stiz, and you guys. It's gonna be bonkers.
Well,
I just said you guys.
Okay, but you almost forgot.
I just said you guys.
I was told Raider Squid not invited to my wedding too. Wait, Squid's not invited to Squid's wedding either. Yeah, got it.
Squid, I feel you, man. I guess one day out of the year, as long as it's not a Raider game, we're good to go.
Yep, there you have it.
Plan that wisely. Now, my brother back in the day.
I did.
Not.
We are planning it around the season. Yes.
Yeah, my uncle, Mother Moon's brother, she was given the opportunity to choose his wedding date because the wife was actually considerate enough to say, you don't have to do it on the day the Raiders are playing. Not only were the Raiders playing, they were playing at home, and he chose the wedding date. So fail. And all the groomsmen at the altar had their earbuds in, listening to the game while the ceremony was going on.
Well, I got to give him a lot of credit because most men wouldn't do that, but I got to give him a lot of credit to do that. He really loves his woman, and that's a great thing. If my girl wanted to get married and it was during a game, she'd be okay with me having the earbuds in. I believe that.
Oh, there you go. You got yourself a real one there. Well, congratulations to all of that. Thank you for being on our show.
You're very welcome.
We appreciate it, and you're always welcome.
Awesome. Raider Nation, love you. RN4L, go Irish and go Raiders.
Woo.
Merry Christmas to you and your
Christmas.
family.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody out there. I'll see you soon.
Let us know when you land in Dallas.
I will. Will do.
All right. We are overtime, but that's okay because we had a lot of great participation tonight. Yeah, he's great. Nevada Nick's great. Jared, the Pittsburgh Report is great. So thank you, everybody. Before we go, I do want to make a few announcements. As you know, Mother Moon and I will be in Vegas on the 26th. And we're not only going out there to watch the Raiders, we are going out there to support our friend, Certified Trouble, and Lonnie Cash. They are going to be filming their music video at halftime and after the game at the stadium. And we are just honored to be part of it. It is called Raider Gang, baby. Can y'all hear that? Raider Gang. It's probably too loud now.
Raider Gang. Yeah, it's a nation thing. Black and silver, I represent Raider Gang. Yeah, it's an LA thing.
You know that's right.
I represent Raider Gang. Yeah, it's an Oakland thing.
Oakland, baby.
Black and silver, I represent Raider Gang. Yeah, Las Vegas, man. Black and silver, I represent Raider Gang. I'm a Raider from the Chuck on up. Black jersey, black hat, silver gang cup.
Woo! You know that is right. That is Raider Gang by Certified and Lonnie Cash.
They'll be working it on Saturday.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say too much, so maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. Certified, if you're here, let us know what you have planned. I know they have some really important, really special thing planned for their video. They are going to be at Tommy Rock. I don't know if I said that. So halftime is at Tommy Rockers. They'll be filming outside, so we'll all be at the watch party. We're going to go out. We're going to be part of this video. And then after, over to the stadium, hopefully celebrating a Raiders victory as well. And we're also going to be filming Well, I'm not going to be filming. I said that like I was doing it because I'm so used to filming.
Habit.
Oh, yeah, habit. I'm just going to be a video. So, yes, make sure you're out there for that. And I also would like to say, look out for our live show, our live pregame show. It's going to be an all Raiderette show happening live from Tommy Rockers. The show is going to start at 3 p.m. It'll be a 2-hour show. We have so many special guests lined up. You'll be able to see the party in the background. He says, we will be, here we go. Here are the details. Hit him up. If you don't follow him on all platforms, make sure to follow him on YouTube and on Instagram, on Facebook. We'll be filming halftime at Tommy Rockers, followed by the filming at the stadium after the game. There you have it.
That'll be a great day.
That'll be so good. That's why we're going, really.
Just a party.
He's gonna-
This is how we do it, Raider Nation.
Woo! Boom. That's dirty.
Woo!
All right, y'all. We are going to head out now. Enjoy NBA opening night. Go Lakers. And you know we go out one way and only one way.
Here it goes. Got that dirty beat in the
Woo!
back. Dirty.
Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. That's right. And I'm with Spicy Girl and that Mother Moon. La Familia. My Thor and a Quiet Q. Super Hood. Omar. On the grill. And the B-Lot. 3 amigos. 4 brothers. Mr. Nicely Seasoned. What's the mariachis without Senior Raider? Representing just like the beginning Oakland Raiders. Darlene and the Raider home. What about Little Chucky Gruden, my boss. Black Eyes. We're tailgaters. And it began on an autumn day. Right here in the OAK. California dreaming in that Golden State. Alameda County right here in the Bay. And you could find me on that east side, yo. Representing that east side, oh. But no matter what, we represent the shield. Just like Anna in the band club Emery. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. Right. Yo, this is my story and I represent it with the pride and the poise commitment to that excellence I represent with noise. This is how I do it, the silver and the black, and I come into the track and I represent it matter of fact. And I'm cruising around with Hollywood Raider all around the town, and I just found out Raider Savage on the interstate. Raider de la Baja, yeah, orale. So get over here, cause we representing now. And that I don't win as a pirate. The I don't win as a breeze. The I don't win as a race. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. That's right, Mr. Matter of Fact is here.